And good evening, race fans. Thank you for joining me on a Friday, on wonderful, very Friday night. It's tonight. We have got the North American Racing Series round two of the playoffs tonight at Atlanta, at Hotlanta. They take on the track tonight in round two of the playoffs. So that means that after tonight, there's only three more races left on the schedule until we get to the championship race. But tonight they are. It's a whole new ball game tonight as far as points. Now, as a late breaking news, as far as some of the guys who are not going to make the race are not going to be able to be here tonight, and two heavy hitters and big names here. Thart and Timmy Race are both not going to be able to make the race tonight. That is absolutely huge, huge as far as the points, as far as points, because coming into tonight and the beginning of starting round two, we had a couple guys on the elimination round last week, but coming into tonight, Parley in the lead coming into round two tonight with 2018 points. With 18 points. John Waterforce right behind him on his heels at 12. So these guys are going to be duking it out, blow for blow from now until probably all the way until we get to the championship race. And I mean, these two guys, they are pure gentlemen, and as far as they've been races with absolute respect. And I just see these two guys going blow for blow from now all the way until the championship race at Homestead, especially with the in third place is Timmy Racer, one of the heavy hitters that's not going to be in the race tonight. So Timmy Racer coming into tonight, 9 points back, 9 points behind Parley. This is going to definitely drop him back as far as those. And the same with our fourth place driver, and that is Thart. Now, Thart came in, has had a great season, but he's going to have to miss the race tonight because he's actually doing some live, real racing tonight. So we're wishing our guy Thart the best of luck to give him hell and to bring it home tonight as he's racing live and for real tonight. So, but here. He's going to take the hit. He's going to have to pay the cost here as he comes into the night with 5 points, only 13, or I'm sorry, 15 behind. Or I'm sorry, 13 behind. He has 5 points. He's 13 points behind Parley. So he's like I said, he's gonna take a big hit on that. But that gives the opportunity for Amar and T Dog, the last two guys. Let me see here. Amar comes into the night 6 in points, and Azriel comes in 7, and T Dog comes in 8. So a big chance for these three guys to be moving up. Amar in 6. Azriel Looms in 7th, T-Dog in 8th. The last the last three guys there in the playoffs, but they can be able to make up big, and especially the one guy who can make up the most, and that sits in 5th place coming into the night, and that's Racing Propane, with Timmy Racer in 2nd, Thart in third. Oh, I'm sorry, with Timmy Racer in 3rd place in points. Thart is in 4th place in points. Racing Propane being 5th in points. This is a great opportunity for him to leapfrog maybe Timmy and Thart, which he has a golden opportunity to do. So it's really going to be interesting starting tonight in round two of the round two of these playoffs. Next week we'll go to Charlotte Roval, and then let's see, we got Charlotte Roval next week, and then Las Vegas on March 29th, and then we go to Homestead where we are going to crown this season North American Racing Series champion. And so it's things are coming down to the wire a little bit. Now let's see. Let me see if I can check in on qualifying and see where these guys might be qualifying. These guys should be. These guys should be, if they haven't started qualifying yet. I think, yep, I think they've already qualified. So I'm getting the invites now, and looks like Parley himself on the pole. Parley on the pole. That's I mean, Parley, man. He has been on such a tear and such a roll. He's just been in a whole different zone here in this North American Racing Series, especially the last half of the season. He's just turned it up into another gear, and he's just in a zone. He's on the pole again. He's going to start on the pole tonight. And then Haki Bukaki. I love seeing Haki back out on that track. He's going to start second on the outside pole. And then you got Racing Propane right there in third. Racing Propane, like we just talked about, trying to. I mean, he's in a great position to take advantage of Thart and Timmy Racer both not being able to be in the race tonight. So looks like try to get on the stream. See if the stream is a going. And I'm not seeing the stream just yet as far as on this one. But let's go to the other ones that we have and check in over there, because I know that these guys have finished up qualifying and they're ready to go racing. So they're in the lobby now, getting their getting everything fastened up and ready to go. And we're gonna start round 2 tonight here just in a few minutes with Parley on the pole, Haki Bukaki second. Racing Propane starts third, and then John Waterforce right there starting fourth. Amar in fifth, and then Aussie Rules in sixth. And well, no, I see Tombstone at eighth. So, I mean, and there's Amar Stream. I can flip over to that as well. Check in over there. Let's see. Let's kind of go jump over to Amar Stream as he sit there in the lobby as well. So we're just a couple of moments from going green, and it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive these guys might be tonight at Atlanta, especially with the points. It's round 2, and I'm really interested on seeing on Racing Propane and how well he's going to be able to do tonight, because I mean he's with Timmy Racer and Thart both being out and not being able to make the race tonight. That is a wide open opportunity for Racing Propane, and I'm looking forward to seeing him taking advantage of it for sure. And the same with the other guys that are in it in the playoffs also, because you have Azriel Looms and Amar also right there, as well as T-Dog. I mean, those 3 guys right there had the wide open opportunity as well to take advantage of those 2 guys not being here and at least try to cut into the lead of Parley. Now, which is going to be tough to do, because back to him, like I said, he's been such on a roll this past season. It's been amazing to watch. I mean, I tell you that it's just been absolutely amazing to watch as I go back into the stats of it. And I mean, Parley, he's just been on tear. Like I said, he's got 4 wins. He's won. This is his 7th pole. He's won 6. He's won 6 coming in tonight. Tonight makes 7, so he's got 7 poles, 4 wins on the season. And then 10 top 3s, 10 top 5s, 11 top 10s out of 11 starts. And we're going to see how he does now with these guys. Look like they are going green. So now we got the invite. We got plenty of invites, and we're gonna join on up, and we're going racing on Friday night at Atlanta with the North American Racing Series. Here we go. We get fired up here. What happened there? That. Oh no! What happened? That's not cool. It's going. Oh, it's gonna reload me. All right. I don't know why that just happened. All we did was accept the invite and looked almost about ready to click. Come on, now it's reload. Oh, okay, I see what's doing. I was in the 2020 when I was practicing. Here we go. All right. All right, so let's go live and catch and tune into these boys tonight. As they are in. There we go. And as they're getting ready to go take down Atlanta. Thank you guys for all joining us on a Friday night as this North American Racing Series kicks off round 2 of the playoffs tonight at Atlanta, and we are just seconds away. As soon as this thing feels like joining up, there we go. Come on, get on, join up there, and we're off. Here we go, the North American Racing Series under green. Already moves being made back here in mid-pack. Amar in the grass. That's going to slow his momentum. They're going to go 3 wide here for a second. As we've got a car down on the apron. That's John Waterforce down on the apron. Not sure what happened there with John, but he's going to come all the way back as well. Not only that, but he's going to be out of the draft. But I tell you what, if there's never a good time for that to happen, but it couldn't have come at the best time and under the circumstances right at the beginning of the race, because he's still got plenty of time to catch up. And so here we go. Let's catch up to this guy, the guy he's already trying to catch in the point standings, and that's Parley. As we introduce the drivers, winning yet his 7th pole of the season. Next up, Haki Bukaki. Let's see if we can challenge that 42 car tonight in that 10 car. Good to see him have a really good run, starting 2nd. Next up, Racing Propane. This is the guy I was talking about right in pre-race, as he has a golden opportunity to really move up and to leapfrog 2 of those guys that are out tonight in the point standings. He has a golden and awesome opportunity. Then John Waterforce, as we showed in that 1 car, looks like he's already trying to catch up to these 2 and catch their draft, and he'll be home set. The 99 of Amar, we saw him get a little bit loose there off of turn 4, but he's still hanging here right in 7th in line as these guys kind of get to the snake line here. Aussie Rules in the 14, also looking to move up in points and take advantage and really fight back here in the points as we begin round 2. Reinov in the 24, having a great start tonight and already running really good there. Running 4th position in the top 5. Reinov in the 24. Tombstone in the 12. I expect see some tombstones up at the front of this race. We're going to see if he can do it in that 12 car tonight. JB in the 2 car. There's JB. He's been turning it on as of late. Very good racer. Let's see if he can get it done in Atlanta tonight. Same with Adam Stevens back in the 3 car. As you guys heard his voice last week as he joined me in the booth, and I messaged him tonight. I asked if he was going to join up in the booth tonight, and he said, "No, sir, I'm going to be on the track in that 3 car." And there he is, Adam Stevens. T-Dog in the 7 car. There's T-Dog driving that 7 car. He comes in as 8th in points, and he's only 1 hair or 2 away, and he can really come back and bust through tonight if he can put together a good, complete run. Same with Zach. Zach, in that 5 car, he was unfortunately eliminated after last week's race from the playoff points, but he's still going to fight back, and if he said he's going down, he's going to go down swinging in that 5 car. Azrael Looms in a 22. Here he's looking to running towards the back of the pack in that 22, possibly just riding around. He has another shot tonight at really, really making up some points and gaining some ground. But he doesn't want to lose any more ground to this guy right here, and that's Parley in the 42 car, as he's just kind of setting the tone and setting the pace early here with Hockey Bukaki and Racing Propane right behind him. As these guys are having a fun time. Well, I was going to say they should. Yeah, and Atlanta's generally such a fun track, but right now we're seeing a lot of single file. Look at this. Long, long train. Single file. You see these guys just kind of riding at the moment. No need to push things right now. No need to push things and have something happen and end up causing you to go back to the rear, like we saw here with John Waterforce on lap, I believe it was lap 1. It was lap 1 or lap 2 with John Waterforce, as he's now right here behind Adam Stevens. A little bit of lag there. A little bit of lag there that we saw on the car, so definitely not trying to say it. Definitely don't want to get there, but so a little bit of lag there. I'm not seeing. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope that we don't get any more lag storms or lag showers. But as these guys, so we're still in stage 1, so we still got a long way to go and plenty of laps to run. As they still got 39 laps left in stage 1. And Parley right now in control out in front of this long train right here. Hockey Bukaki in second, Racing Propane third, Reinov in fourth, with JB in fifth and T-Dog sixth, Amar seventh, and Aussie Rules right there in eighth. These guys really looking to capitalize on the fact that Timmy Racer and Thark both, as here comes Aussie Rules looking to make a move underneath of Amar coming off of turn 2 down the backstretch. They're going to go side by side. They're going to get a little bit of racy back here. Aussie Rules trying to make his way to the front. Oh, little contact made there in the middle of the corner. No harm, no foul there, but it was enough to get Amar out of the throttle. Didn't want to really push it there. I don't blame him. Just being in stage 1, definitely didn't want to push it and have something happen and end up losing a bunch of laps in the garage trying to fix all your repairs. But a good move there by Aussie Rules, as Aussie Rules now trying to catch the back of this 7 car and move his way back up to the front. And as always, y'all, you can, since we're here at Atlanta, you can definitely expect to see quite a few pit stops, I imagine, with the way that Atlanta is on these tires. Check in with Reinov in the 24. Currently up to 4th spot and riding there. Tombstone in the 12 car. I don't know. I think these guys are be saving fuel. I think this is some strategy and fuel saving strategy back here with a lot of these guys. Especially Adam Steven right here in the 3. Zach right in front of him there in the 5 car. And then you see John Waterforce in that 1 car right behind him. It looks like those guys, if more than anything, I think they're in the fuel saving mode. Of course, as I say that, here comes John Waterforce taking a peek to the inside. Thought about it, didn't get the momentum he wanted off of turn 2, so he thought better of it and is going to tuck behind now and behind Adam Stevens. Well, this is back here with Zach in 10th, Adam Stevens in 11th, and John Waterforce in 12th. Although now we see John Waterforce to the tie side and the top side around turn 1 and 2. He's trying to take the power move. Adam Stevens, I don't know if I think he got wicked loose coming off of turn 2 there. I was able to get a spot, and let's see if he's able to clear him. He's going to clear him and take the position. John Waterforce now showing a little bit of muscle after that early mishap that sent him all the way back to the rear, all the way back to the back. But he's got exactly what he's doing is picking them off one at a time, and hopefully maybe he can try to get a caution to coming. And hey, you never know. They bunch him back up, fresh tires. He could even move up even more, which we'll see that at the end of stage 1, which is only in about 30 laps. We got 30 laps to go this next time they cross the straight. And these guys really just kind of settling in. I think these guys really trying to save some fuel here as we ride with JB, and we catch on with JB, checking in here with T-Dog in the 7 and Aussie Rules right behind him in that 14 car, that red 14. These guys kind of breaking off a little bit from this lead pack here. They're tired. I think they have had to have kicked it back into a fuel gear and trying to save and conserve as much fuel as possible. I don't think that's a tire issue as far as a tire wear and having a whole lot of tire wear. I think this is strictly a fuel saving strategy move on the 7 of T-Dog and behind them in that 14 of Aussie Rules. We're checking back up into the front with our leader, and that is Parley. Your points leader and your pole sitter. I'm thinking both at the same time. But yes, your pole sitter is the one. He's led every lap tonight so far here in stage 1, as we have 28 laps now to go in this first stage. As he's got Hockey Bukaki right behind him in tow in that 10 car. Hockey seems he's just kind of riding right now, trying to log some laps, get through stage 1, see what happens after that. As he's just kind of riding right now, in a great spot to get some points, some stage points. He's right there. He's going to stay right there in Parley's track. So if the Parley makes a mistake, and here comes signals for the pit now. This looks like pit signals for a bunch of these, for several of these guys. Hockey Bukaki, and looks like all of them are coming down, all of the leaders. Here comes even Amar coming down at the end. Same thing with the 12 car of Tombstone. He's coming down. Everybody's coming down. And John Waterforce, he's also coming down. Amar, Aussie Rules, Rhinoff, Tombstone, Adam Stevens in the 3 car, he's down, as well as Real Looms in the 22. So everybody took it as far as they could take it, and everybody pitting on this at the same time. There's no short pit strategy on this one. This is everybody pitting here, as Parley, your leader, beats everybody out, so he'll continue to lead every single lap still. And now he's getting after he's trying to get as fast. He's trying to get away. He said, "You can't catch me," out of the pits. And there goes Parley. Now the question is, did he maybe get too far to where those 3 guys, Hockey Bukaki, Racing Propane, and Rhinoff, if those 3 guys get together, can they run Parley down and kind of pull the freight train remover with the momentum and the speed of the draft of 3 cars versus a single car by himself? But I don't think that's much the case here. I think Parley has got himself a breakaway lead. And it doesn't look like he's losing much ground, if any ground at all. As we check when that is real, coming out of the pits, he and Tombstone, as they are side by side off of turn 4 through the tri-oval. Tombstone going to make the pass. Good pass up by Tombstone there. This looks like he's got fresher tires. There's looking like an issue maybe on Azriel's car. He looks like he's got some bad damage to the front. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but he's definitely off the pace and has got considerable damage to the nose of that 22 car. As we've got 23 laps to go, and that's why it was so imperative for these guys to get in the pit road to string their fuel out that first run as long as they could and throw it into a fuel gear so they could get right in that pit window, because they got about 25, 26 laps to a full tank, and there's 24 laps to go, so they hit it pretty perfectly, all these guys. So all these guys should be good to the end. The question is now, can Parley outrun Haki Bukaki and Racing Propane being hooked up? Let's dive on the hood of Racing Propane here in the 16 as he tries to get hooked up with Haki Bukaki and try to reel that 42 in. If he can get assistance from that 24 car of Reinov behind him, and if Reinov can get up there and get a 3-car train, he might be able to catch up to him. It looks like Reinov in a 24 because of Haki Bukaki and Racing Propane so tucked together, so tight there. They kind of put a little distance on Reinov, trying to just hold on to that draft as much as he can, if he is at all now. Racing Propane, it would almost have done better if they just kind of maybe possibly even burped it once, just to allow Reinov to get in that draft. And that looks like maybe what they might think about doing here as they cross the stripe. We have got 19 laps to go, so there'll be 18 laps to go this next time they cross the stripe. And here comes Racing Propane. He says, hey, you know what, Haki? Oh, a little contact made. Little contact made. That's going to push Haki way up the track, all the way through the marbles, all the way almost to the end of the wall, and end up with the pass. I don't think that was certainly not done intentional. It just looked like Racing Propane kind of pushed up a little bit when he sent it in a corner, and that was just enough to where they made the slightest contact. But that slightest contact was just enough to send Haki Bukaki up the hill and got into those marbles that you can see on the right side here, right here on the right quarter panel, that he did brush the wall at least just a little bit. So that might have given him some damage to this 10 car. And possibly that's certainly going to allow Reinov to close in. Here comes Reinov. He's going to close in. Now, Reinov closing in and getting in the draft right behind Haki Bukaki might help with that damage on that right rear. And these guys, if they can, try to hook up and run him down. There's still probably enough time, but I mean, what can you say about Parley? He's just in his zone, all by himself. He is just in a zone. Oh man, he just on cruise control. There's nothing much really you can say about absolute pure domination on his part. There you see the interval that he has between he and the second place in that pack and the second place of Racing Propane. There's the interval there now. Just gotta get a little drink real quick. As we kind of wind down stage number 1 right now, Parley in a league of his own, literally, with 14 laps to go. So he crosses the stripe this time, only 13 laps to go. And I want to check on the second place points challenger, and that's going to be John Waterforce right here in the 1 car, as he is right there behind Tombstone. And riding into fuel gear as well with Adam Stevens in tow. These guys want to just ensuring they make it to the end, it looks like. Same with Amar. Amar is all by himself as he's riding in 8th spot. Zach there in 9th, as Real Looms is in 10th. Where's Ezreal? There's Ezreal. Ezreal riding 10th in the top 10 right now. We got a car, looked like we had a car off the pace down on the apron there. I think it was T-Dog, and there's a lot of damage on a T-Dog's number 7 car. Looks like he had a bad run-in with the wall somehow. It looked like that he was down on the apron, off the pace, and he certainly is off the pace, as you can see the damage done. And he's just dropped out of the top 5, now dropped to 7th. As you can see, he's coming down pit road now. He's got to get that fixed up. Oh, we're under caution. Caution is out. Very interesting. Caution is out. As we're under 15 laps to go in stage 1, so this could really throw a wrench into some of these guys' strategy here at the end of stage 1 for this short little sprint. Wouldn't be surprised, honestly, to see a couple guys possibly drop their wedge a little bit and pump up their tires for this last, looks like it'll be 11 laps to go or so. So 11, a little bit of like a 10, 11, or 12 lap sprint. Might be a good idea to kind of make one of those sprint changes, you know. Take the wedge down just a little bit. Pump up the tires, get as max speed as you could possibly get. As we are off, but look at this. Look who is out front. Or no, I think that is, no, that is Aussie Rules out front. Hey, look, obviously he didn't fix the damage that he has to the 14. And I'm wondering if he possibly took 2 tires here. Very interesting call on Aussie Rules' part. We're going to see how it works out for him. But to get out as fast as he did off of pit road tells me that he had to have, he absolutely had to have taken only 2 tires. Well, here we go. We're going to stack them back up here for the last 11 laps. Racing Propane on the outside. We're going to see what happens with Aussie Rules. Let's get on Parley. He's going to have a great view of this from the 3rd place position. As here they go. And we are back to green with 9 laps to go. As they clicked off the laps on the pace laps, we have 9 laps left to go in stage 1. Aussie Rules jumping out to an early lead here. Now here comes Reinhoff right behind. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. JB on the high side. He's going to get up into marbles, up into the wall himself. Racing Propane stuck on the outside as the inside kind of goes through. Here comes Amar. Amar up to 4th spot. He's looking to get under the 14, as that's exactly what Parley in the 42 and also Reinov in the 24. Here comes Reinov up to 2nd. Let's see if he can have anything for Parley. Let's see if he wanted to shut up Parley, as right behind him we've got a battle between Amar and the 22 of Azrael Limbs. Oh, contact made. Amar up into the wall. Good job of these guys avoiding him, but Amar smacked the wall after some slight contact between him and the 22 of Azrael. This is definitely going to jump. Oh, Hockey Bukaki up also into the wall. Hockey way up into the wall. I think he might have a tire blown. And he's taking it behind the garage. Parley, your leader, and trying to extend his lead as he looks like he's doing on Reinhoff, who is in 2nd, as we've only got 6 laps to go. So things got real exciting off of that late caution here, late caution to stage 1. Things got really exciting there. Now here we go up front here with the Reinhoff in the 24. And he has got a mirror full of Azrael Looms and Racing Propane in the 16. Azrael Looms in the 22 all over him. All over that back bumper of the 24. He's trying to give him a push, though. He doesn't want that 42 to get away. If these guys can work together in a draft and utilize this draft, there's no way that 42 can take off like he did. And so far, they're doing a good job trying to maintain this draft. And so if they can catch up to him before they take it, or before they race for it, as we've got 4 laps to go now. And as I say that, here comes Azrael Looms underneath of the 24 of Reinhoff, and looks like he can try to make the pass. Oh, who's Racing Propane going to go with? Racing Propane's going back and forth. He said, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, and Reinhoff going to try to close the door. Not going to work. And here comes the 16 of Racing Propane. Got off of the throttle. Had to get off of the throttle with a good decision on Racing Propane's part before they both wrecked. And here they are still side by side in turn 1 and 2 with 3 laps to go. And this is not even for the win. This is for a 3rd, as Reinhoff got way high up there in turn 1 and 2. Got out of the throttle once again. That's going to open the door for John Waterforce and JB to come up underneath of him. Here comes John Waterforce now battling his way back up to 4th, as he's got JB right until as he moves up, kind of gives a draft to the 24 of Reinhoff. Has to drop back down and utilize the draft of the 2 car of JB. Let's see, the 2 car comes up and finishes off. Yep, he finishes off the block there. As things getting really, really racy here in the tail end of these laps here of stage 1. Got some more racing going back here between Adam Stevens and Aussie Rules and Amar. As we've got 1 lap to go now, so Parley, your leader here, as you can see, in a league of his own, on an island of his own right now, as he's pulled away from Azrael Looms there in the 22, as he comes off of turn 4, and he comes down turn 4 to take stage 1. And congratulations to Parley taking stage 1, as we've got a nice little battle back here. Oh, I try to get to it. As we had a nice battle between Amar and Tombstone back here. Looks like for 7th or 8th. Congratulations to Parley grabbing that win, stage 1 win. Huge as far as points. And Azrael Looms in 2nd, Racing Propane 3rd, John Waterforce 4th, Reinhoff 5th, JB in 6th, T-Dog in 7th, Zach in 8th, Aussie Rules 9th, and Adam Stephen in 10th. So 1 stage down and 2 to go. Round 1 of the North American Racing Series playoffs. Oh, I'm sorry, round 2 of the North American Racing Series playoffs. Stage 2. And we are underway. Parley jumping out to that early lead off of the jump, off of that green flag. Now let's see if Racing Propane and Azrael Looms, as they can... Oh, here comes Azrael Looms. Taking a look under Racing Propane. Azrael Looms going to take over the position. Get into the second place. Now here they come back here. As we've got a hornet's nest. We've got a big hornet's nest back here. As they're 2x2x2 all stacked up here. Coming through the tri-oval. Racing Propane on the high side. Zach in the 5 on the underneath. He's going to complete that pass. JB tried to follow him, wasn't able to keep the momentum. There's JB as he's moving up now. Here comes Racing Propane going for the crossover. He's got the help of JB here, and he's going to go underneath into turn 4. Oh, it clipped the apron just a little bit, and that's going to open the door. Oh, hold it, Racing. Hold it, brother. Oh, up into the wall, down into the 14. Contact made. Keep a hold of it, Racing. Keep a hold of it, baby. Get a hold of it. There you go. Reset. Woo! Man, did that get scary for him. And here he is, still stuck on the outside, as he's just now kind of getting freight trained, but it could have been a lot worse. Great driving on his part to get control of that 16 car. And now he'll move down in front, and Adam Stevens lets him down and offers his help and support. I tell you what, who's not getting any support is Parley in the 1 car from that 22, as Azrael Looms now trying to keep that gap as small as he can and stay as close to the bumper of that 42 as he can. Azrael Looms doing a good job still here of staying with Parley. He's up there in the draft. As we come across the line here, we're going to have 45 laps to go in stage 2. As we check in with our second place points coming into the night, and that is John Waterforce. As you see, he's right here in line. Now they're riding again. Beginning of the stage, you see a little bit of ride. Now here comes, let's see that. When Zach in the 5 car took a small peek. Here comes John up underneath in a 14 car of Aussie Rules. Moved up just a little bit, and all that did was open the door for the 1 car, and here he comes on the low side. He's got a lot of help from Amar right behind him in the 99. And John Waterforce now cracks back up into the top 5, as now he brings Amar behind him in that 99 car. That 99 car sticking with that 1 car. And keep an eye on that 24 who's behind him. Those guys can get hooked. Those guys get hooked up. They can certainly get a lot of speed. And you see John Waterforce in the 1 right here on the bumper of that 5 car. As now they're trying to, looks like these guys are hooking up here a little bit and getting in the draft and see if they can draft that number 22 down of Azrael Looms. As Azrael Looms, as you see, he's now starting to kind of lose a little bit of, he's losing a little bit of real estate to Parley. I tell you what, Parley's cars have got to be going to the research and development center for inspection after every race, because he just on a different level, on a different planet. and has been all second half of the season. It looks like now that JB in the 4 car, let's get on JB, highlight JB here in the 2 car, as looks like he is run down. He's starting to really run down and catch that 22 car of Azriel Looms, as JB has the help of Zach, John Waterforce, and others, all lined, pretty much everybody else behind him. And now he's looking to pick up the 22 car of Azriel Looms. Ooh, a little bit of movement back there with Zach and the 1 car, John Waterforce. Looks like maybe the 1 car got a little squirrely coming off of turn 4. Well, the 5 car pushes up. It's going to open the door for that 1 car. And here comes that 1 car up underneath and going to make the pass, as Amar in the 99 going to follow in suit and clear the 5 car himself, with Reinov and others to come, as that is a lonely place to be, is that 5 car of Zach, just stuck up there on the top, nowhere to go. No, you can't get anywhere else, and just seeing that line just come right by you. And now he's got to start all the way towards the end, towards the back, and work his way up. But he might have an opportunity here, hooking up with Racing Propane, as they are a 2x2 with Reinov and Amar up top. So things working out pretty well for Zach to move back up here real quick, as he's made the finish to pass with Amar with the help of the 14 of Aussie Rules right in tow. And now they're drafted. They got the draft and they got everything hooked up. And now the 24 cars, he's going to be the lone wolf stuck to the top side. And here comes Aussie Rules and Amar. And here comes Zach underneath of the 24 car, looking to pass him. That 24 car, muscles around him. He kicks that sucker up and threw some muscle in there and cleared the 5. 24 car really flexed a little bit of muscle there. That's Reinov. He found another gear for it in there. That's for sure, because he kicked it up into that high gear and was just able to inch around the nose of that 5 car. There's the interval, as you see, between Parley in the 42 and Azriel Looms in the 22. As we ride with JB, this is the pack of... This is the rest of the pack, as JB now is caught up to that 22 car and trying to work together with them and try to track that 42 down. But even those 2 guys hooked up still can't drag that 42 back in. Let's see if we can get a lap count, as we've got 33 laps to go now in stage 2. So still plenty of time, still a lot of racing left to do, and a lot of things can happen. Especially, we're going to have ourselves a pit stop coming up here, as they're already 18 laps into this run. So you figure, as far as the fuel window, they pretty much, when they get to 25, 26, they have to come in. So that's in about 6 laps from now. So we will see another round of green flag stops in just a few laps. As everybody knows, that could make or break a race, getting on and off pit road. One simple penalty can mean the difference of getting the win and not getting the win. Trust me on that. That's from experience. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here for just a second while I run for a quick commercial break while I run to the fridge. Actually, let me throw it here on the 22. The second place car of Azriel Looms. It says Parley well out in first. Azriel Looms in second. JB in third. As they try to hook up. John Waterforce in fourth. Racing Propane in fifth. And Reinov in sixth, with T-Dog in seventh, and Aussie Rules in eighth. Amar in ninth. I'll be right back in just a couple of minutes as I run to the fridge. We'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for that. I had to take a quick commercial break there. As I did, of course, once I do, then something happens. And something looked like it did happen, as we are under caution. Right as I couldn't tell if these guys... Yeah, a caution came out right as they were making green flag pit stops here. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out here. because I know they were just in the middle. It just had started the green flag pit stops. Well, that's gonna shuffle everything up. Like I told you, you never know what can happen. And now look on the point now. We got a new leader. That's the 99 of Amar. Now let's see what happens here, as he's benefiting greatly, as he was back in 7th, 8th, and 9th before that green flag pit stop. And here he is. He's going to come out the leader here, as we are in stage 2. And that 12 car looking way high to the top side there. Gets a good run off of turn 2. And now these guys are starting to cook a little bit. Amar in first with Zach in second. T-Dog in third. Reinov in fourth. Amar holding that bottom yellow line. As we have now 23 laps to go in stage 2. So just under 24 laps here to finish out this stage. But the biggest loser obviously there was Parley in the 42 car. And he's already starting to make moves upward, as here he comes underneath of Aussie Rules. Looking under him through the tri-oval, is going to make the pass, as he's got the help from the 2 car. Oh, the Aussie Rules up into the wall just a little bit. Just enough he gave it a kiss. It come down right in front of the 22 of Azriel Looms. Cut that route off. Now here comes the 2 car of JB. JB took a little bit of peek down in the bottom, and he thought better of it. Didn't have the momentum he needed. Nobody was with him there. Wasn't able to get the momentum. And he tucks back in line. And now here comes the 12 car of Tombstone. Haven't talked much about Tombstone here early yet, but here we are towards the end of stage 2. And now it looks like Tombstone himself is starting to make some moves, as looked like he may have been doing some riding for the first half of the race. Now here he comes. Speaking about who's coming, that's the 24 car. Look at Reinov here, as he's making moves up to third and got underneath the T-Dog, bringing that 42 car of Parley right with him. As Amar in the lead, Zach in second, Reinov in third, and there's Parley with a man on a mission in fourth, as he was leading every lap up until a caution came out during a pit stop cycle, and started from back in the rear, and here he is already up to fourth, as he's looking a way around this 24 car, as he knows he's got the 2 car for help. And here he comes off of turn 2, and he's going to get position. There goes the 2 car of JB right with him on his bumper. Oh, and now he moves to the high side and opens the bumper for the 14. I think he clipped the apron. JB clipped the apron, I believe, right there in turn 3, and bounced it up the hill and opened the door for the 14 car of Aussie Rules, and it gives him that position. Back to the front, Parley got around Reinov in the 24, now up to third, setting his sights on the 2 leaders. Amar and the 99 in first. Zach is in second, as we've got 17 laps to go in stage 2. Now these guys definitely are good to go to the end on fuel. So these guys, barring any craziness, will take it to the end. As the 99 car still holding on to the lead. Now here comes a 42 car. He's making his move now off of turn 2. That seems to be where he makes that move. Coming off of turn 2 on the straightaway, makes the pass, brings Reinhoff with him, and now Zach in the 5 car is going to be the one stuck to the outside, and he's going to be left like the fish out of the water a little bit. And here comes the train to come up underneath of Zach in this 5 car. He's hung out to dry. Now here comes JB in the 2 car, and Tombstone right there in the 12 car. Nothing he can do about that. As we check in with the 12 car, as he's now moved himself up to 6. So he continues his march to the front. Now let's check back up to the front now. Here, look at Parley on the outside. He's going to get on the outside in a power move, as he's got the help of Reinhoff with him for a moment. Reinhoff wondering which one do I go with, and Parley is just straight out muscled around on the outside on a straight power move and takes the lead back and wrestles it back from the 99 of Amar. He got just enough push and just enough draft help from the 24 of Reinhoff, where he just let the horses under the hood finish the job for him and making that pass back to the lead. But that was pretty incredible. That was pretty impressive. That just shows you how hooked up he's got that 42 car here tonight. As we've got 12 laps to go, so another 12 laps, and we'll wrap up stage 2. Once again, Parley is looking to capitalize by maxing out as many points as he possibly can and try to increase his lead over this guy in second, which is John Waterforce. As you can see, John Waterforce looks like he's kind of in a fuel save mode, tire save mode. He is definitely in the save mode. I don't think these guys are much into saving up here. Amar having a great race tonight. Worked his way from the back to the front. And here he is in third place. Or, I'm sorry, second place. And for a second now, and now here comes Reinhoff. He might have something to say about that second place, as he sticks his nose up there and takes the pass. Completes the pass. And now JB in the 2 car saw what he did, so he's going to go underneath the 14 here off of turn 2. And he's going to get side by side with Aussie in the 14, but he's got position on him, and he completes the pass for 4th. Move that 4 car up into the top 4 now. As Aussie rules, currently in 5th spot, using this long train to see if they can get back up to Parley in the 42, but I don't think it's going to happen. I haven't seen it once yet today, as he just checks out when he gets in that front and get clean air. Now these guys are going to race a little bit here, though. They're going to race for position. Here comes Amar. He wants some playoff points. He's going to look to the underside of the 2 car JB. JB's going to be stuck to the top side now, if only for a second. Amar jumps up to that high side, offer a little bit of help to the 2 car before he comes back down on a low line, and protect that low line, make sure Aussie couldn't get back underneath of him there. And Reinhoff having another really good race, as he's now up to second. He took second from Amar. And now he says, "Well, hey, it's my turn to see if I can reel in that 42 car. Let me give it a shot." All right. Let's see if he can. He is right there on Parley of the 42. He's right there in within reach. If I'm Amar right now, I don't think I want to try to make any moves or passes on the 24 car because that'll just let the 42 get away. As the laps are definitely starting to wind down here in stage 2. Reinhoff taking a look to the high side as we've got 4 laps left, ladies and gentlemen, in stage 2. 4 laps to go. Parley trying to get max points possible. 14 car slides way up the hill coming off of turn 2. That's Aussie Rules in the 14. Opens the door wide open for that 2 car, JB. JB's going to take advantage of that. And he's going to move up to 4th and take the position over. Little contact there between a 14 and that 2. No harm, no foul. There's the 12 car of Tombstone right there behind Aussie Rules. Right there in 6th spot. So Tombstone kind of playing the part of the silent assassin today. Moving up slowly, slowly, slowly. But he's right there in the lead pack. And within reach and striking distance as we've got 2 laps to go now. So 2 to go. Does anything, can they get together and see if they can have something for the 42? The 42 dives to the bottom, protecting that low line. He's not going to let those guys get down there at all. He's making a statement now saying, if you're going to get around me, you're going to have to get around me on the top side because there's absolutely no way is there a way on the bottom. As Parley is going to keep that door shut under lock and key as we've got 1 lap. This is 1 lap to go here and till the end of stage 2. So they're getting ready to finish up stage 2 here into 3 and 4. Here comes Parley off of 4. He won stage 1. Looking to sweep stage 2. Here he comes to the line. These guys try to make a move. Reinhoff underneath of him, but it's going to be Parley grabbing stage 2. Great move by Reinhoff trying to see if he can make it happen. And almost did. But it came up just a little bit short in stage 2. Parley in 1st. Reinhoff in 2nd with a close finish. Amar in 3rd. Aussie Rules 4th. And JB in 5th. So we are going to this 3rd and final stage here tonight at Atlanta. So these guys have set a really, really good pace. These guys getting around here very fast. We've only had 1 caution. It'll be interesting to see what these guys do here on this pit stop while we're under caution. And if these guys make some more adjustments and try to keep that 42 at bay as we come to the green flag of stage 3. 2 down, 1 to go. Parley getting that big jump like he has all race long right off the green flag. Reinhoff going to go right with him. And now we've got a big hornet's nest here in the back. As we ride along with Racing Propane, who's behind Aussie Rules there in a 14, and Tombstone now in the 12, kind of stuck to that high side. He's kind of in that no man's lane. He's got a little help from the 5 car of Zach, as these guys now, as real looms in a 22. Oh, we got a little contact made. John Waterforce again, almost in the same spot as stage 1 when we were about 2 laps in, and caution's coming out. Caution is coming out as somebody else got into the wall. I couldn't see who it was that got into the wall. possibly Reinhoff. May have been the 3 of Adam Stevens. I couldn't tell. I don't see any damage on that 3 car. But either way, caution is out. And this is definitely gonna alter their strategy as far as the fuel and their tires for the rest from here to the end of the race. Wait a minute, we had some takers and non-takers. We've had, looks like the top 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 stay out. That's Parley, JB, Aussie Rules, and Reinhoff. All 4 stayed out. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Here comes Amar. And the 99, he comes up and jumps in there too. Where'd he come from? He kind of just drove around and slid right on and said, "Hey, sorry guys, I'm late." Alright, now he moves up to the top side. Yeah, this looks like he's going to start on the outside of Farley on the restart. As these guys starting to get position here. "52 laps left to go here in Stage 3 at Atlanta." As Parley brings them around. And we're off. We are green. Parley turns on his jet boosters, his go-go gadget boosters, and blasts off the restart. Oh, we got some contact back here with John Waterforce and the 16 of Racing Propane. 16, real loose. Oh, we got a little bit of... No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I'm not going to say it. We're going to go back up here to Amar in second as he is riding on this bumper car, or on this bumper of the 42 car. If he can stay in the back seat of that 42 car and ride for a bit, obviously what he would like better is to pass the 42 if he can. Now, catching them is one thing, passing them is another. Remember that. More of the same that we saw in Stage 1 and Stage 2 in the early part of that first green run, especially that first green run of all 3 stages. These guys, they just kind of line up in single file like we see here in the beginning of Stage 3. Just kind of line up single file, not making any unnecessary risks, and just kind of logging through some laps as this last stage had over 50 laps in it, so there's plenty of time left. And it's a long stage, and you know you've got to save your equipment when you make that pit stop, which theoretically would be the last pit stop. But as we saw, as we've had, I believe, 2 cautions tonight. And look at this, we're going to have a changing of a guard for second. JB said, "I want a taste of that." And here he goes underneath of Amar into turn 3 and completes the pass. So, put the 2 car of JB now in charge of pulling this lead pack and catching that 42 car if he can, with the help of Amar in the 99 and T-Dog in the 7. T-Dog also I haven't mentioned once or mentioned much tonight, but here he is here in the fourth spot as he has quietly moved up through the field the first 2 stages, and we take a look behind him, and there we see Racing Propane and Aussie Rules in that draft. And now things are going to get racy as they're going to go 3 wide on the backstretch. Aussie Rules all the way to the bottom, and T-Dog, he got out of the throttle there. He did not like that 3 wide going into turn 3. Probably did the smart decision, the wise decision, backed out of it, race another lap next time around instead of being in the garage and fixing a bunch of damage. Ooh, T-Dog up into the wall just a little bit, as enough to lose that momentum, and now he's going to tuck back in here behind the 12 car of Tombstone. There's Tombstone as he's tucked in right behind this pack of cars that is trying to run down that 42 again. Oh, here comes a 16. He's looking on the inside. He's looking to make a move underneath of the 2 car of JB. He's going to have the help of the 22 of Azriel Looms behind him, and he's going to push by off of turn 4 and clear JB in the 2, and he's going to bring the 22 of Azriel Looms with them. Both Racing Propane and Azriel Looms make the pass, and now here comes Azriel on the crossover, and he's looking at making the pass on Racing Propane off of the corner. Racing Propane said, not so fast. But nothing he can do about it as the 22 of Azriel Looms completes the pass. Now he's going to have that can try to use that 16 for draft help behind him as he catches up to this 14 car of Aussie Rules. There's you see the interval now. Parley way out in front now, extending that lead over the 99 of Azriel. Aussie Rules running 3rd, and here we are running with Azriel in 5th, but don't look now. Here comes that 16 car back. That 16 car comes right back and makes the pass back to the 22, and he takes 4th place now. Now, what may he do? Will he possibly... Oh, he's going to look for the lead. Oh, got to look for the lead here, or I'm sorry, for the pass here for 3rd. Dives it down low, and he's going to make the pass. The 14 didn't give him much of a fight. Kind of let him go there. As now they're going to set their sights on the 99. And as you see, the 16 of Racing Propane and the 14 of Aussie Rules working together and hooked up there. And as they try, as now here comes Racing Propane. He liked what he saw earlier, make of Parley making the pass on the outside. I almost think he tried giving it a try, and it's not going to work, but it's going to backfire if anything, because here comes a 14 of Aussie Rules to take a look underneath of him, and not able to do it, not able to get that momentum, and Racing Propane kind of wiping the sweat from his brow on that one. See what's going on around. As we could check back in with T-Dog. Racing here with the 5 car of Zach and John Waterford, and the 1 car with Reinov in that 24. Zach trying to pull this train of 4. As you can see, the interval between he and that lead pack. We'll have to get a lap count the next time by and see how many we've got left in this race. We should be getting somewhat close to the first pit stop here soon, as we've got, looks like 36 to go, and looks like we got a move here with JB making a move under Amar. This is for 5th place. And here comes the two car, has position, and now he's going to get help from his teammate of Ezreal in the 22 and his Penske teammate in the 12 of Tombstone behind them. And through the tri-oval, and JB able to make the pass. Hasn't cleared him yet, but here he goes, he's going to clear him now. He got him cleared that time. And now able to bring the 22 along with him, and why not bring the 3rd teammate of Tombstone along for the ride? And there he goes. Ooh, that got close. And Ezreal Loom's going to tuck right back up behind these guys. Kind of probably a lot of these guys going into save mode, as we've got 34 laps to go. So 34 laps to go. They need to get another 9 laps at least. At least another 9 laps before they get into the fuel window to make their final pit stop of the night. Looking at Tombstone there. Tombstone took a peek to the inside. Harley once again checking out and to a land of his own because he is in a league of his own. As you see the interval between he and 2nd place Racing Propane. There's the interval there between he, Racing Propane, and that the rest of the pack led by 3rd place Aussie Rules. Now we're pretty much the halfway point of this last stage with 31 laps to go. And like I said, green flag pit stops will be coming up very, very soon. As we take a look back here, and Rhinoff and then T-Dog. A little battle back here mid-pack. Oh, we got a wreck! The 2-car got turned. Not sure exactly what happened, but the 2-car got spun or spun out. And he might have a flat tire here, as he's trying to get hold of this thing. There he goes. Now he's got now he's got it. Now he's got it. It looks like he had possibly a flat tire or something. But that will most certainly bring the caution back out. Now caution is out for the spin of the 2-car. I'm not sure, didn't see exactly what happened to kick it off. But that 2-car was certainly turned sideways off of turn 4, which is a bad feeling and a bad position to be in. But I tell you what, this is really going to throw a loop in to this pit strategy now, because there were still like 30 laps to go. So all these guys are going to pit now, but they're still going to have to pit at least one more time before the race ends for fuel, with probably about 2 or 3 to go. They're going to be just short on the fuel window unless they really throw it into a fuel gear and save every single drop as much as they possibly can and spread it out So we're going to see the difference, and we're going to see what happens. They're going to have 29 laps to go. I believe like 28 laps left to go when they go back green. There's Reinhoff going around now. I believe Reinhoff possibly a lap down, got caught a lap down, I believe. So he got his lap back, and now here it comes down pit road to get his service. I got a feeling things are going to get interesting again. And once we stack these guys up and drop that green flag, bet you these guys are trying to figure out any way possible that can they try to slow down or do something as far as these restarts with Parley just shooting like a cannon. I guess not much that you can do about it. And even still, like we saw earlier in the race, when the caution did come out during green flag pit stops and Parley was caught all the way in the back, I think it only took him maybe 4 or 5 laps to get back to the front. But here they go. Off of turn 4, Parley will lead him to green yet again. This time he's got Azriel Looms on the outside of him in that 22. Racing Propane behind him in the 16 and 3rd spot. And Zach up top there in row 2 and 4 spot. Parley gets that big jump. The 16 of Racing Propane knows it. And stay trying to do everything he can to stay with him. And looks like he's got a little bit of help there behind him in a 14 of Aussie Rules. I think the 16 of Racing Propane here is just wanting to get into that draft and stay there and save as much fuel as they possibly can do. Now this is really interesting how this is going to work out with Parley. Oh, and now we got movement here. Aussie Rules way up top on the racetrack. Not sure, maybe he possibly hit an apron and sent them way up the hill. But he got way high in the racetrack, and here he is again in turn 1 and 2, all the way up and almost into the marbles, all the way up to that very, very top groove. I can't imagine that'd be done on purpose, but you never know. Checking in with Amar. As he's looking to get back into the top 5 himself. So he goes to the outside with the help of John Waterforce behind him. Aussie Rules has 5th, but not so fast, as here comes the 99 of Amar. He wants to get that top 5 spot. Going to be left out to dry there this time a little bit. Got held out to dry quite a bit by John. John Waterforce. Now John Sem tell him, get down, get down, get down, get down. There you go. What a move by John Waterforce. What a way to communicate that, as now T-Dog gets out of line. Oh, contact made between the 24 and the 2. No harm, no foul there, but that could have been disastrous. And 2 car trying to come back down again. That's going to send them up the hill and out of the throttle. Just enough to get to lose that momentum. So here comes Reinhoff as he moves up to keep that door closed as well. Now moves down to the bottom behind or in front of Tombstone and T-Dog to try to get that draft push, was he was able to just get just enough of with the 2 car right behind him. And now trying to latch onto that one car right in front of him and stick into that track. Trying to get a lap count for you, ladies and gentlemen. Get a lap count the next time they run around the circle. Or I'm sorry, the D-shaped oval. Or, yeah, the oval. It's classified as like a D-shaped oval because of the way the cut is coming off the floor. Well, you say tomato, I say tomato. Now here they come. Alright, 20 laps to go. And 20 laps left here to settle this. The 14 way up high again. The 14 is way up high. He's got some kind of issues with that 14 car. I think he might have had to throw it into save mode, and he might have not been able to have nearly enough fuel or tire or both, and he has clicked it way down into save mode. It doesn't appear that these guys are certainly putting it into save mode. They are full go. Let's check back up here to the leaders here as Real Looms still kind of there with Parley's right there with he's right there within a little reaching distance almost. Right there. Does not want that 42 to get anywhere, but I promise you that is easier said than done, because Parley has been doing that race after race after race. He's been so good, dialed in, on point in this 42 race car. He just seems to sweep a lot of these races, and this is a great one to do as we've starting round 2 of the playoffs tonight. So after tonight, we'll have 3 races left. Charlotte Roval is next week. Las Vegas 2 weeks from tonight. And we will conclude and finish the season with the championship race 3 weeks from tonight at Homestead. Now I want to set the reminder for that one, I can promise you. Well, right now, nothing's changed on the track. Not much, as here in the front, but Parley's still out in front. A good little margin over the 22 of Azriel Looms, as they just crossed the stripe. Looks like there's 15 laps to go. And we'll check in with a few of these guys. Tombstone, as he's right here. Looks like he's running about 8th place. And the 99 car of Amar took a little peek there underneath of Reinhoff, as right now Amar here in the 99 currently running 6th. He's got the 5th place of Reinhoff in front of him and the 4th place of John Waterford in front of him. There's John Waterford. All right. So he's leading this little group here, this little pack of 5 here. I'm not sure if they're saving. I don't think that they're in save mode. Yeah, they're not in save mode. They are in go mode. As we've got these laps certainly winding down. We've got 12 laps to go now. So 12 laps to go to finish this. And check out this 2 car. This 2 car of JB makes the move and makes the pass. and moves himself up to the 6th position. And I'm just looking. Here comes the leaders. Oh, we got some green flag pit stops here. Now's where we think that last caution is going to tell a tale, as our top leaders here, as Real Looms and Parley as the leaders coming in with Racing Propane, who was second now coming in on the same lap. So looks like he's getting off 4. Oh no, I don't hope he didn't get a penalty. Nope, here he comes. I think he had to get off. He got off 4. And we've got 10 laps to go. So right now with 10 laps to go and those pit stops made, that's going to put the 1 car of John Waterforce to the point. What a race John has had. Got caught in a little melee there on lap 1 and had to start all the way in the back, and has fought his way all the way back up. And then once he did that, almost looked like the same thing happened through on the apron through a little bit of the grass there right before turn 1. And here he is now coming back from that, and here he is as the leader. Now, of course, the question will be, will he be able to make it? Well, the answer to that is we'll find out in just about 8 laps. 8 or 9 laps. And now John Waterforce doing everything he can. Be interesting. Here comes the 22 of Azrael Looms now. And remember, 22 of Azrael Looms was the first one off a pit road with Racing Propane and Parley. And here comes Azrael Looms now. Not sure if this is per position or a lap back, but we're going to find out. Oh, here comes John Waterforce now. Dives down to the apron, and the 1 car down pit road. So now some other green flag stops are coming up, are happening, and some guys still in save mode now as things starting to get really tight here with 6 laps to go. Amar up to 4th. Oh, the ride-off coming off, and he spins it. Got control of it. Great job getting control of it as he spun it halfway. Getting on the apron, he caught that seam between the apron and the banking and sent him sideways. Great recovery by Ronov there. Definitely going to lose quite a significant time, but not nearly as much time as if he went all the way around. And not much time at all to make up for anything, as we've got 5 laps to go now. And as with that pit stop, that's going to put the 12 car of Tombstone to the point. So Tombstone now in first. It looked like Aussie Rules was in second. Amar now in third. Yep, Amar now in third, Adam Steven in fourth, and Azrael Looms now in fifth. But here comes Tombstone to make his pit stop now. He's got to come down pit road. So Tombstone's got to give up the lead. And that's to the 14 car of Azrael Looms. So can Azrael Looms hold on now to these last few laps? We're going to find out. Be a great win for Aussie Rules if he can stretch this out enough Will he have enough fuel? Will he have enough top tire? We will find out with 2 laps to go for Aussie Rules in this 14 car. He's nursing it. He's going to go for it. As we ride on the hood, you can tell here he is. He's got plenty of distance behind him. He's got plenty of cushion. He is on cruise control. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Atlanta for the North American Racing Series, round number 2 of the playoffs. Aussie Rules looking to get the first victory of the playoffs this season. What a huge victory it will be as he comes off a turn 4 for the final time. Aussie Rules wins at Atlanta. What a win by Aussie Rules. Amar comes in second. Adam Stevens in third. Great finish for Adam Stevens in third. Asriel Looms in fourth. Racing Propane fifth. John Waterforce in sixth. JB in seventh. Reinhoff in eighth. Tombstone ninth. And Par Lee, having to make that pit stop, comes home in 10th. Congratulations to the 14 of Aussie Rules. Your winner in Atlanta to kick off round 2 of the playoffs. As we'll get these guys up on in here. In just a few minutes, we'll get Aussie Rules, Amar, and Adam Stevens up here to the booth tonight as our top 3. Tombstone with the fastest lap tonight. Alright, so let's go back into our layer here. And give me 1 second, folks, as I call some of these guys on up in here. Give me almost there, folks. All right, the invites have been sent. So I sent the invites to these guys. And let them come on in for these interviews. And what a race that was. Man, that caution, whew, really threw the thing wide open. And these guys jumped on in now. And starting with our 3rd place finisher, Adam Stevens.
What is up, man?
Congratulations, man. Last week up here in the booth with me. Tonight, you still come up in the booth with me. Only this tonight, you got yourself a 3rd place finish, man. Great job.
Thanks, man. Sometimes a little bit of math and can get you there. You know what I'm saying? The 3 car wasn't real fast tonight, but we won. We got where we got with our brain.
Well, so how exactly did that play out? Kind of walk us through that there, especially there in stage 3. What brought that caution out there when there was about 30 to go? Do you know what brought it to caution?
I reckon going into pit road, I believe. I think that's what caused both those cautions in stage 3.
Oh, okay, because What was okay? So talk about right there at that point. What was? Give us your strategy on how you were able to finish this out. What was going through your mind?
Well, the caution with 30 to go really upset me actually because had no cautions come out in stage three, I would have beat everybody. Not being arrogant or nothing, but I had already saved enough fuel at that point to one stop, and nobody else had saved anything. And we're starting to green flag in. I was going to be able to go another 4 or 5 laps down to about 24 to go, and then take my one stop for the whole stage, and I'd have been golden. So the caution came out, and that kind of threw a wrench in my plans. But then when we came out, I saw that we still had over 20, I think we had 26 or 27 to go when the green flag dropped after that caution. So I knew that everybody was going to have to pit again if they didn't save. I saw the leaders haul ass, so I committed right then and there to hold on to some fuel and just make it work. And it worked. I hate that Ozzy caught on, and then Amar caught on to Ozzy, but I'm glad to see a bunch of Napa Cup boys taking the podium away from these Myers guys on a Friday night. That's fun.
Yeah, yes, you did, and I mean it. Worked out absolutely perfect for you, man. And I mean, just great job getting that third place, man. Well done on that.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely, man. Oop. There we go. Sorry, I'm gonna hit the wrong button there. And getting to our second place finisher. I'm gonna get down. So, where is that 99 car?
Right.
There it is. There's a 99 car. There's my man Amar.
Yes, sir.
I was watching on stream all race long, using your stream as the lap count leaderboard, and also for just another eye in the sky. But man, you had a heck of a race tonight, brother. Congratulations on making it and grabbing second spot. That was a hell of a job.
Appreciate it. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew at some point fuel was going to come into it from practice. Earlier starting the race, we kind of had a little bit of lag showers coming in, and kind of set me back. So I kind of ran mid-pack for most of the race, just kind of got stuck there. I did get to lead some laps. Caution fell my way. With 30 to go, I was going into the pits, actually, when that happened, and he swerved out. Credit the 24. He pushed me to pit road. What a guy. Because otherwise I would not have made it to pit road. I knew at some point in stage 3 I'd have to save. And like Robbie said, I'll attest to that. Like, the leaders took off. I took off as well, trying to get as much ground as I could. Aussie, it kind of looked like Aussie kind of got shoved out a little bit of the line, and so he kind of at that point just said, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and start saving." So I got enough of a cushion. I felt like that, if I started saving, I was still going to get, my couple laps that we needed to finish the race. I ended up saving enough to get me to the line, to bring home second. I wish I would have started saving a little earlier like Aussie did, and maybe I would have been able to, at least compete, for maybe a win or whatever. But I'll take a second. I need the points, so I think it's a good outcome.
The next question is how many laps did you have left to go in your on your fuel before you would run out? How far were you able to take it down?
I probably would have started sputtering coming out of turn 2.
So you took it and all the way to fumes, my friend.
Yeah, I think if I started saving any later, I would have been SOL.
You made the right call at the right time, dude, and it pulled out for you tonight. And also, dude, I mean, kind of capitalizing tonight on the points thing. I mean, grabbing second spot. That's a heck of a job grabbing some well-needed points as we kick off round 2 tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a bummer that I didn't get a race with the 42. I mean, he was the class of the field tonight. No question about it. Then again, I didn't let him by me. Like, I knew he was going to get by me, but I didn't let him have the inside that he wanted. But I think that helped me a lot later in the race because I followed him for so many laps that I kind of, you know, took his points or his like breaking point or not breaking points, but like turning points, you know, like where he was going to turn in. So that kind of helped me, you know, later in the race that I followed him, the fastest car in the field. I wish I, knew what his setup was because that would be great.
Don't we all, my friend? Don't we all? Well, hey, man, still, sometimes it's not the best setup or even the fastest car that wins and even gets top three in the podium. And, I mean, just a way to go and get a grab in the second spot, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. And let's bring on the winner, the one who made it happen here at the very end, and that's in this 14 car of Aussie Rules, grabbing the win tonight, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, Shady. Appreciate it.
All right, man. So give me the rundown on this race because looked like you had a real up and down race tonight.
Yeah, I was all over the place. I tried to do some strategy at the beginning, and that didn't work out very well in stage one. But at least I knew what to expect going forward. But felt like I could stick with almost everybody except for Parley. I echo what Amar was saying. 42 was the class of the field. He was the only thing that was happening to him is he was beating himself, which is kind of unfortunately what happened. But yeah, sometimes I've had this conversation with you before. Sometimes the fastest car doesn't win. The strategy matters, and yeah, I with Amar, like he said, I kind of got shuffled out at the middle of stage 3 there, or after that caution, and at that point I kind of had made my bed, so I just figured I'd run with it and see what happens. I wasn't going to beat Parley with racing with speed, so yeah, had to figure out something else.
I did see you there in stage 3. You really started going way to the top side of the track. Was that when you were in fuel save mode, or is there an issue there with the car?
No, I was just saving. There's obviously a lot of cars that were driving flat out. I didn't want to be in anybody's way.
Right, that's what I thought, but I wanted to I was just curious on that. Now, when that caution came out at about lap 30 or whatever it was, with 30 to go or whatever, what was kind of going through your mind then? Was it kind of like, oh, wait a minute, I might got a shot here at beating this 42 here?
Yeah, I mean, I had mixed mixed thoughts really. I mean, like I said, I wasn't gonna beat the 42 with speed, so but I knew that I knew there had to be somebody back there, just back, going back to Watkins Glen. I thought somebody was going to save there as well, so I just wanted to be the first to do it. And I did see a car, back there just kind of hanging back, and I knew what was going on. So I was trying to maintain speed, maintain up with the leaders, and not lose too much ground, but at the same time save. And it's so hard to save at Atlanta, so you just really gotta slow it down, and it feels painful, and it really, it's bittersweet in these races where you're obviously the objective is to go fast, and it sucks when the fastest cars don't win. But yeah, strategy, it's a real thing.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, the playoffs. I mean, it's the playoffs. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter how you win, and at the end of the day, don't care really how you won. At the end of the day, that tally goes in the win column, and your second win of the season, man. That's a heck of a job.
Yeah, well, I echo what what Adam said. I run in both the NARS and the Napa Cup Series, so it's nice to see the Napa guys up here. But yeah, I'm out of the playoffs, so just for a little bit of fun, and I feel like I stole the win tonight, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Hey man, it doesn't, sometimes it don't matter. I mean, going out, and I mean, hats off for you for, hey, even though that you're out of the points, you're out of the playoffs in this series, in the North American Racing Series. I mean, you said, hey, you know what? Watch, I'm going to show you one. I'm going to show you I should be up in there. And you go out and you win the race tonight using, sometimes it takes brain over brawn, my friend. and you did a great job on that. Congratulations, grabbing the win tonight, man.
Thanks, Shady. Appreciate it. Thanks for calling the race. Hopefully it was entertaining.
Oh, it was, man. It absolutely was. And folks, I want to thank all you guys, as always, tuning in and supporting us every Friday night. Don't forget to check out tomorrow night, the Napa Cup Series, brought to you by our sponsors, our friends and guys over there, and all the things that they do over at NASRAC. NASRAC Racing, they have the Napa Cup Series tomorrow night right here at Atlanta. And a matter of fact, it's just as Aussie kind of touched on it. Aussie himself, he might be out of the playoffs here in the North American Racing Series, but he is second in points in that Napa Cup Series, following the points leader. John Waterforce is the points leader. That is the Napa Cup Series, brought to you by our good friends and sponsors of NASRAC tomorrow night. You guys want to check that out. But tonight here, Aussie Rules grabs the win. Amar in second, and Adam Stevens grabs the third. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in once again. Everybody have a very safe night. Happy St. Paddy's Day tomorrow. Everybody, please be safe, and we will see you next week. Good night, everyone.